Hi friends, it's Diana here with Lex and Balloons, and this is our 2.0 on how to start your balloon business.
Yes, we had a lot of comments that the music that I added was too loud, so there's not going to be music added to this video. And now we have a couple years of experience.
Yes, it's
From
been
that
about
video.
2 years. It was in the pandemic,
I
right?
believe it was 2 years
Yeah, wow.
since that video. So we started our podcast. We're super excited about that.
So yes, our first video was from our house. We were 1 year in business. Now it's been 3 years, and we went from being at our house, and we're now at a warehouse. This is the actual location, and we get to do the podcast here, and
Yes.
we're ready to share our wealth of knowledge that we've acquired during these past years.
Yes, and don't get scared. We're going to have videos in Spanish and in English. So
Yes.
whatever we cover in Spanish, we're going to be covering English, and whatever we cover in English, we're going to be covering in Spanish.
Yeah, so no FOMO here.
Yes, I'm gonna fix your mic real quick.
Yes.
Right there.
Awesome. I hope you guys can hear me better. Don't think that we don't look at your comments. We've just been very busy, but we're being a little more intentional on doing these podcasts. I hope that all of you benefit from this, and if you're just starting your balloon business or thinking about it, I really hope that this podcast or video is beneficial to you all, and Carlos is gonna interview me, I guess, with some questions.
It's just a local conversation, a casual conversation. But this video is gonna be about the 2.0, like Diana mentioned, about how you could start your own balloon business. And and then first of all, you're going to be sharing a little bit of your story when it comes to from where we're at the house, and now we're at the warehouse.
Okay, so I'll try to make this short. So pretty much we started the business 3 years ago. The reason why I started the business was because I was pregnant with my second daughter, and I wanted to stay home, so I wanted to replace my income from my full-time job as an HOA property manager, and I wanted to be a stay-at-home. So for me at that time, I wanted a side hustle. I guess a lot of us start like that, like a side hustle, little income here, to not leave the whole responsibility to my husband. So I did that. I took the decision to I started taking balloon classes in LA, and then in Mexico I took a balloon garland class, a balloon bouquet class, and that's how I started. I registered the business probably 2 months after I took my classes, and by the 4th month after taking my classes, I really made the decision, because like anything in life, at first there was like a lot of doubt and fear, and I was just kind of nervous of what people were gonna think, like balloons. And I had my full-time job, and
just balloons.
Yes, don't we all get that? Just balloons, or why balloons? But yes, you can actually make a profitable business out of this, industry, out of this business. So I took my classes, registered my business, started, I did the Instagram, social media. I put it out there to the world, and soon after I started selling balloon bouquets, because that was before the pandemic, but it was like the new thing back then. 3 years ago, balloon bouquets were like super new, they were a trend. So I got a lot of those orders, and by the end of 2019, I quit my job. I took a leap of faith, and Carlos was very supportive. And in 2020, we all know what happened, and I was a bit discouraged, but then we just decided to pivot and just adapt to the new situation at the time. And long and behold, I mean, it was a blessing in disguise for us, because business just started booming. And in June of 2020, we bought our first commercial van, or our only commercial van.
Prophesying.
Yes, prophesying, declaring. And by, the end of 2021, we got the warehouse.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just in a nutshell, because we could really go into a lot of detail, but this is where we're at right now. And we've done a lot of mistakes. We've learned a lot of experience. A lot of things have worked.
A lot of learning.
Yes, it's been a lot of learning. So now we want to share, and we also give classes. And in our classes, we go in depth into everything that you need to know, and what has worked for us and what has not.
Perfect. I love it.
Anything you want to share from the hubby perspective?
Yes, I just think if you're gonna go into business, any business, you have to be ready for the hustle. It's 24/7.
Yes.
I didn't know we weren't business savvy,
Yeah.
business gurus at the time,
Right.
or that we are now. But it was just a lot of learning, and being willing to keep
Yeah.
learning.
And the
every
fact
day.
that you still have your full-time
Oh
job.
yeah, I still have a full-time job. She doesn't pay me. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you have seen the memes about that she doesn't pay me, but she doesn't.
Well, we are married, so we are one. So
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
Perfect. All right. So I noticed that we didn't address a question, or we haven't. I think we've done it through the times on our videos, but where are we located? That's the first question people are asking.
Oh, okay. Yes. So we are in sunny San Diego, California.
Yes.
Our warehouse is in National City. Yeah.
Yes. We are 20 miles from the border.
Yes, we're very close to Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah.
And probably like another 20 minutes away from La Jolla and
Yeah. So this is considered South Bay,
South
San
Bay,
Diego.
San Diego. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that was a question.
Oh,
that's
I
been
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
question that has
interesting.
been
Yes. Sorry, guys.
popping. Like, where are we located? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
makes
ooh.
sense. Makes sense.
Okay, perfect. The other question is, and the purpose of this podcast is how to start your own balloon business. And I wanted to ask you, what do you consider are the tools or the equipment that people need to purchase or need to acquire since the beginning to start a balloon business?
Okay, so going into material before anything else?
Yes.
Okay, so for materials, of course, we all start at different levels and stages of our lives. But for myself, after taking classes, I invested about $500 in balloons, inflators, sizers. So here I just, have some examples. So clear 260s are my best friends for installations and balloon bouquets as well. And then just showing you, like
You
for
have thousands.
yes, and behind you. But this is a brand. This is my favorite brand. They're not paying for this advertising, but it's personally
Hint.
the Qualitex is my favorite brand. Gosh, the quality, the balloons last for months indoors. And then this is their manual pump. I really like this one because it's dual action. A lot of manual pumps, like you pump once and the air only like goes when you pump out. And then also electric balloon inflator. Here we have these that are shop. They're so cute. They're butterflies. But if you're just starting, you could get yours at like Amazon, the like hot pink ones. Those will work. I still have mine from when I started. Or if you want to go on like a more professional level, then there's like some professional grade, like super, what would be like
You said they were
like the caliber of
You
it.
said they were worth $1,000.
Yes, those are like the good electric pumps and inflators. They're somewhere probably around between like $500 to $1,000, but I don't even own one of those.
Yeah, in the process.
Yes.
And then
And then also, so for installations, if you're just starting, you may not know this, but when you inflate balloons, they have a life, and they automatically start oxidizing, which means they lose their shine. So to kind of like preserve the shine of the balloon, there's a lot of different shines and everybody has their own preference. But personally, I really like this product. It's relatively new. It's called Mega Shine. The reason why I really like Mega Shine as opposed to other types of shine is because it doesn't have like any dry time. Other types of shines for balloons, they drip, and when you're very busy with installations back to back, you don't have the time to sit around and wait for it to fully dry. And then I kind of didn't really like the smell of the other shines, and this one is an aerosol, so it smells like hairspray. It's really good, and I really like the price. I really like how much it lasts, and it smells good. So.
Yeah. And then if you are working on top of a dessert table and you have to spray high shine, the drips are gonna fall in the dessert. They're gonna fall in plates and whatever they have there.
And they can create a hazard. You could slip, or the guest of the party could slip, and you don't want that.
She slipped.
Yes, at my house. Thankfully, it was myself, but I could have broken my arm. So, you know, you are a business and you got to take care of liabilities. So be safe. Always be safe. But yes, so I invested about $500, and that's a question I get a lot of the times. Like, what do I buy? I would say for now, basic colors, white, and your primary colors, pink. Just because, you know, gender reveals, baby showers, they're always in, children's parties. So kind of have that. And the different sizes that there is, 5-inch, 11-inch, 16-inch, and some jumbos. And then just, you know, obviously after that, if you have more to invest, well, that's better. But if you're just barely starting and you kind of want to gauge and get your feet wet, then I would say do that, and then make sure that you're charging a deposit, because with the deposit, you'll be able to start growing your inventory.
Perfect said. Well said.
Thank you.
Yes. What about garlands? What do you do to install, tape, all that too?
Yes, so there is a lot of different installation methods, and those I teach in my class. But I mean, really, we teach how to like think on your feet, because in this industry, you go in thinking one thing and then things change. A lot of problem solving. You need to be able to improvise on the spot, you know, not freak out. Your client needs to know that you're professional and you know what you're doing. So always have several methods of installation, you know, command hooks, clamps, tapes. So yeah, I would say that's.
And a cleaning rag. Always take a cleaning rag.
Yes, because surfaces are sometimes like dirty and dusty, and your installation methods will not work, like the ones that have to glue on them, because then there's nowhere to glue on since it's so dirty. Perfect.
Now that you touched on the point of classes, so I've noticed that people are also asking, when do you give your classes? How can they join your classes? What are the points that you touch in your classes?
Okay.
Because I believe that's one of the essential things to start your business, taking a class. But there's a lot of people everywhere, and I believe that anywhere where they're listening to this, they should be taking a class. Not necessarily with us, but with a lot of people, or with teachers that you think and you admire.
Exactly.
More than anything.
Yes. Well, piggybacking on what Carlos just said, took my words, but exactly. You need to start with investing in your education. Yes, YouTube videos are great, you know, little tutorials here and there on Instagram, but if you're serious about this business, then you need to learn from a professional, or at least somebody who you see that you admire. You know, I always say, you know, judge a tree by its fruit. Somebody that you would like to be like, I guess, in the future, you know, take classes from them. And everybody has different teaching methods. I would say ours is a very holistic approach, because not only do we teach, yes, you know, like the art of it and the like technicalities, but we go into marketing, how to price your work, mindset, you know, the little things, the back end things of the business that not a lot of people talk about. It's not just learning how to do balloons. It's, yes, I mean, that's great, because that would be a hobby, but then how do you run the business? So we, you know, go over that in our classes as well. With marketing, we go over how we grew our social media platforms. And our classes are all inclusive, meaning that we provide all the material. You just have to come, and for in-person one, just, you know, have a good attitude, be ready to learn and network with others. And yeah, I think that's it.
And more importantly, I believe that they have the opportunity when they take your classes to ask you questions one-on-one.
Exactly.
And they could ask whatever questions. Like, we might be saying stuff that we think about, but as a student, as a new person, you think about different scenarios, different things.
Yeah.
And we've even had questions about, how do you guys manage your time? How do you manage certain complicated clients? How do you, as a couple, deal with the workload, with your kids, with your significant other?
Yeah.
So I believe those little things do a big difference when when starting a business.
Yeah, definitely.
How can they join?
Yes. So joining, for now, it's as easy as sending us a message on our Instagram account, Lux and Balloons, or sending us an email at info@luxandballoons.com, all lowercase, all together. And we do have a website. Right now, it's still a little bit under construction, so bear with us. We're growing as well. So it's www.luxandballoons.com. And it's going to have a section for classes because eventually we will have online classes.
I'm working on that, guys.
Yeah.
Working on that.
Yes, I know we've been so busy, but I know we've gotten that question a lot of times, and we're truly working on that, and we want to be able to provide different types of classes and in English and Spanish.
Yeah.
So
we do have one class, the balloon bouquet class, but it's a pre-recorded class from a class that we gave.
Yeah.
So it is really helpful. We've gotten a lot of positive reviews, but the recording is from a laptop, and it's people asking their own questions. So yeah, I'm working on having a one-on-one Diana with the camera and just being able to cover everything.
Everything, yeah, and shorter because the other class is 4 hours.
Oh
so,
yeah, the other class is 4 hours. As it's going, teaching, like learning with the students slowly. Yeah,
so when it's online classes, it's still a step-by-step class. So you guys will see like all the little things, I would say like on platforms when you're looking at free tutorials, they don't give you the whole information, they just give you enough. But in our classes, we do not, nothing is left unanswered. Like we show everything. So yes,
perfect. Yeah, I want to touch a little bit about social media that you said it too. And I cannot address the importance of social media from right now that we're doing the podcast, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, even Google. What is your opinion? I know you always give the classes, or the section of the class on social media and the different approaches there are. But in your opinion, what do you think? What do you consider is the importance of social media?
Yes. So this is something that I usually just leave to Carlos because he's a pro. He's the one making all the magic happen behind the scenes. But in my opinion, because I've seen it firsthand, you have to have social media and be active and be consistent on it. Having a business Instagram, what does that mean? Not having a personal and business combined into one. That's just not professional. And so just having your business one and posting your content about your balloons, everything that you do that you want to share that pertains to balloons and catering to your niche and your clients. Having TikTok, makes it fun and entertaining. And we've had a lot of students because of TikTok and even clients. And of course, Facebook is important to have because you need it for ads and other things. But personally, my favorite is Instagram. We do have Pinterest as well. But I cannot emphasize how much I love Instagram.
So how many of your inquiries come from your social media, not Instagram, from all your social media?
Ooh, I would say 80% of our clients come from social media. Okay, new clients.
I wanted to address that part because I feel a lot of people, it's good to have the word to word.
Word of mouth.
It's really important.
That's a really important one. Word of mouth is where it's at, guys.
But social media boosts that word. It facilitates the word.
Exactly. Yes. Because if you think about it, if you get a new client and from social media and they like your work, then you have a new client that's going to do the free marketing for you, which is word of mouth. Their friends, their family members, or whoever came in contact with them and they liked our work, they're going to ask them where they got their balloons from. So I definitely recommend taking good pictures, good content. That's a whole nother subject of its own, and we teach that in our classes. What we do to try to make good content, at least what we think is good content. It's what works. It's what works for us. Yeah.
So yes, and then one of the things that we're gonna open it up down below in the comments. We're gonna open it up for your questions, for
Yeah.
any concerns, questions that you guys have, any videos that we need to do, and we're gonna try to be making a video for a question or for a subject.
Yes. Yes. To go more into that and make them sweet, short and sweet.
Yeah. So one of the questions that it's been asked at our classes is, how do you guys manage time? So
Yeah.
in a business when there is 8 orders, or how do you manage all the inquiries that come in? How do you
Yes.
deal with clients? How to be professional? How to take adversity when it comes to the climate, when it's sunny, when it's rainy. So we're gonna be doing a lot of the podcasts, but we also want to address specific questions. So if you guys have any specific questions, make sure to comment below. Anything else that you want to add?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I think in our first video we pretty much covered it all, and
Yeah, we covered
I
a
was
lot.
watching it and I was like, now that I'm here 3 years later, I'm like, oh, I don't think everything I said back then. I mean, I've grown, obviously. There's a lot of things that have changed, but I mean, I hope that I addressed it right now. But I mean, if there's anything else that you guys can think of right at the top of my head, I mean, how to start your business, it's just that. Take a class, buy material, take the leap of faith, register your business.
So how much would you recommend, or how much would you think it's a reasonable amount of money to invest starting?
Well, okay, considering that you're going to pay for classes and material, I would say something reasonable. It's anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500, which the startup cost is nothing compared to many other businesses. And the return on investment in this industry, if you take it seriously, it's fantastic. I mean, you'll get paid more. You'll make more money than working a full-time job. That's for sure.
Yes. And also, and we are back. Sorry, the camera turned off. That's why I was a little bit of hesitant on speaking.
Yeah, it died.
Hey, it died. But yes. So you were saying $1,000 to $2,000.
Yeah, well, 1,500, 1,000 to 1,500, even 1,000. I mean, really, it depends. What does investment mean? When you go in investing money, you're expecting a return on it. So money makes money. So the more you invest, the more you're gonna get back. Caveat that is if you are willing to put in the work that it takes, because obviously you could
Hard work.
you could invest all this money and take classes, but if you're not taking any action and putting into practice what you've learned, then I mean the money's just gonna stay stagnant. So my recommendation more than anything is just shifting that mindset and knowing that it's not easy. Not that it's not easy money, just because it's a fun industry doesn't mean it's not work. So you're gonna have to put in the work. It is a business.
It's a job.
Yeah, it's a job. It's a job. You're gonna have to put in the time to learn the ins and outs. There's learning curves at every stage, like in any other industry or even new jobs that you go into. You have to learn it. You have to master it, and be expecting that. Not everything is gonna come as easy probably as many of us think. Like I probably thought at the beginning as well, but it does get easier with time as you are learning.
Yes. And then one of the things that I want to address too is that we have a shop, the Luxon shop.
Yes. We haven't shared that with you guys.
I don't think we share that on the other podcast either.
No, I don't think so. So yes, we have a warehouse for production, obviously, where we do all of our balloon decor, but we also have a little storefront where we are selling latex balloons by the piece, and foil balloons, the Mega Shine, and inflators, different accessories for local decorators. But
Helium balloons.
Yeah, helium balloons. So if you're in San Diego, we're here. Think of us as like a small party city, but then again, we want to be there for decorators. But eventually, like I said earlier, we are getting our website fixed so it could get be up and running soon. So we will have stuff there. For now, we will be a retailer, not a wholesaler. But if you can't find a color, and we might just have it. So we know that the balloon shortage is a real struggle right now. For those of you that don't know, there is a balloon shortage because the whole pandemic thing. But we are hopeful that it'll get better as time passes.
And then one of the things that I remember right now, because you did a sale earlier today, and I feel that I don't think anybody else is doing it where you could purchase your balloons per piece.
Yes, yes. So the reason why I'm doing that, first of all, we're a retailer, but it's because when I think about it, when I started, I had to invest in like bags, of one color. Maybe I didn't need the whole bag, and I didn't know until when I was gonna use that color again. So we want to make it more profitable for balloon stylists that are just starting in the industry to kind of like do it yourself. They tell me what colors they need, what sizes. I get those ready, and yes, even let's say if the investment is $80, but if you would have bought everything, like buy the bag and plus shipping and all these things, it would have been like $200,
Yes.
and you'll have more profit if you do it like that at the beginning, if it's something that works. And by you being able to keep more profit, it means that you'll have more to invest in the future as well. So
Perfect.
yeah.
And then how can we find you, or how can they find us in social media?
Yes. So we are on Instagram, Lux and Balloons, Pinterest, Lux and Balloon Bar. So we rebranded. We used to be Lux and Balloon Bar.
Yes. As the channel, it's called. Our
Yes,
YouTube channel
yes,
is
our
called.
YouTube channel is still Lux and Balloon Bar. I mean, some technicalities. I don't think we could change the name, but it's synonymous, guys. Lux and Balloons and Lux and Balloon Bar, they're the same. It's just Lux and Balloon Bar. The baby became an adult, and now it's Lux and Balloons. So on TikTok, we are Lux and Balloons. On Facebook, we're Lux and Balloon Bar. So yeah. I would say those are it. Make sure to subscribe, follow us, and comment, engage with us. We love, talking to all of you and meeting you, even if it's virtually.
And I think it's easier to answer through a video than answer comment by comment.
Yes, that's true.
We're gonna be also doing videos in regards of double stuffing, all sorts of
how to make the column bases.
Yeah, how to that's my next video. How to make a column base. How to make a arch. And yes, where to purchase certain things like weights, your PVC, what type of PVC we use.
Yes.
What type of paint or the spray paint that we use. I think that's all important.
Yeah. That is important. Yeah.
For the channel and for everybody that's trying to start.
Especially if you guys are wanting to include rentals in your balloon business.
We have rentals as well.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it. We're really here to help and inspire and
conquer the world.
Yes. One balloon at a time.